All right, and welcome everybody. Great to have you here. Thanks for stopping by. My name again is Brian Burke. I'm with IBM. I've spent 37 years with IBM. The last 27 consecutive years, I've been handling the IBM SAP Alliance. So we're very, very excited and thrilled to have a partnership with not only SAP with IBM, but SUSE as well. Okay, so what I want to do is take you through the next 15-20 minutes, give you some thoughts to think about, give you some new updates, give you some things that may make sense, may help you out. First of all, how many folks in here are IBM Power customers running SAP? Okay, all right. How many folks in here are x86 customers running SAP? Okay. How many in here are not running SAP? Okay, at least we got that going. All right. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to take you through a couple things, as I mentioned to you, about IBM, IBM Power Systems, and SUSE and IBM. It's a great partnership on all three fronts. So IBM and SAP have spent 40 plus years together. As you probably know, SAP was started by 4 ex-IBMers. But together, we have done a significant amount of technology work, industry work, and work that enables our customers, our joint customers, providing a great not only technology platform, but solutions that you can run your business better. IBM Power, whoops, that went too fast, Abby. IBM Power Systems has been around since the beginning of SAP from an R3 standpoint, 1990-1991. We have 6,000 plus customers worldwide today running ECC, running SAP ERP R3 on IBM Power Systems, 6,000 plus. We now have the ability, and we've had it for about 18, 20 months now, to run SAP Hana on IBM Power Systems. In that short period of time, we have over 650, close to 700 customers running SAP Hana on IBM Power Systems. We're running it with SUSE Linux. So as you guys know, SUSE Linux is the market leader in the SAP HANA space, and IBM Power runs on SUSE Linux as the operating system. I'm going to take you through some of the details as to why 6,000 customers are running Power Systems with IBM SAP. Also take you through why 650 plus customers are running SAP HANA on Power and SUSE Linux. Just some examples. Just some examples of customers, all industries, all parts of the globe, all sizes. Some of them were Power ECC already, some of them were not. Some of them started on x86 ECC. Some of them started on SAP HANA on x86 and went to Power. Suffice it to say that IBM Power for SAP HANA with SUSE Linux is in fact a mainstream solution from SAP. The same code, the same support, the same versions, etc. There's no difference, except for Power can do many more things that I'm going to show you around SAP HANA that you may not have known about. Okay? Significant amount of customers, but I'm going to take you through two, Kennametal and SAP. So, Kennametal, manufacturer, many of you may have heard of them. They're in the Western Pennsylvania area. Power customer running ECC, but had to make a change. Had to make a change and wanted to go to HANA. They came to IBM and said, hey, listen, can you guys help me evaluate the different deployment options for SAP HANA? I'm not sure if I want to do this on-premise. I'm not sure if I want to do it with Power. I'm not sure if I want to do it on-premise x86. I'm not sure I want to do it in the cloud. So we went in and we evaluated in a very unbiased fashion the various options and the pros and cons associated with each. That's page forward, I'm sorry about that. Kennametal decided to use Power for HANA. As you can see by these numbers, a significant amount of business capabilities were enhanced by SAP HANA on IBM Power with SUSE Linux. Now I talked to you a little bit about the SUSE IBM partnership with SAP. From the perspective of support, IBM and SAP and SUSE Linux are tightly linked. Therefore, one phone call, right to IBM, right to SAP, right to SUSE Linux, invisible handshake. We're not talking about email or Netflix here. We're talking about mission critical crown jewels, SAP, SAP Hana. Has anybody started on Suite on HANA or S4 HANA yet? Okay, all right, S4 HANA, okay. Critical that this is looked at as a mission critical enterprise system. Again, this is not email. This is not something you can swipe a credit card, pay by the hour, and get what you're used to and what you're comfortable for. For those of you that are interested, if you go upstairs in the SAP Insider, I wrote a book on SAP Cloud, okay? And it has chapters on on-premise, it has chapters on Power. I don't get paid for it, I'm just telling you it's upstairs, okay? IBM gets all the money for it, I guess, I don't know, I don't. Point being, you can look at all the folks who have looked at the different options of IBM Power for SAP HANA, and SUSE Linux is a part of that. I don't know this. So let's look at HANA on Power specifically, okay? Number one, you have to remember from a flexibility standpoint, SAP has eased all restrictions on IBM Power for SAP HANA. From a virtualization standpoint, you get to use, I don't know why this is going for, you get to use Power VM. That's the hypervisor for Power. 8 production VMs, 8 production LPARs within the same server. Capacity on demand. If you want to have a private on-premise cloud and you're running SAP, IBM Power with SUSE Linux is a great way to do that. You get things like capacity on demand. Basically, one of the definitions of cloud is pay for what you use when you use it. That's what capacity on demand gives you. With IBM Power, you're able to turn on cores, turn on processing, turn on memory, and pay for it when you need it, okay? This is much different than an appliance model from SAP. This is in the tailored data center integration model from SAP. Basically, the flexibility is you could also use enterprise storage that you're already using, your backup recovery, all your processes and procedures you can use do not change, okay? Because we are operating under the TDI model, tailored data center integration. The decoupling of the appliance. By the way, that was easy for me to say, right? Resiliency. Again, you have to feel as comfortable running a mission critical system like S4 HANA, Suite on HANA, that you do with ECC, right? Many of you spent years, if not decades, comfortable running SAP, ECC, ERP, even R3. You have to have that same comfort. From a resiliency, there's white papers out there. IBM Power gives you the highest availability and reliability of any platform out there running SAP through various measures like memory, chip kill, again, memory being one of the most important aspects of HANA, right? It's an in-memory database system. And performance. When you look at performance, and you can go to the SAP benchmark website, you'll see that IBM Power and the SAP benchmarks for BW, which are published and certified by SAP, gives you at least 2 times more performance. Now, critical in an analytics world, as you probably can understand, right? So look at it from the perspective of flexibility, where you can virtualize not only 8 production VMs within one server, which by the way you cannot do in an appliance or an x86 world, but also you have the ability to scale up, which always scale up first before you scale out, to a 16 terabyte limit, right? Now, I don't know how big some of your environments are, but the fact of the matter is we in IBM Power and SUSE Linux are going to give you the highest scalability. So let's give you an example. An example is if you have IBM Power systems, even if you don't, but if you have them, you can start by basically carving off a VM and starting an SAP S4 HANA project right now. We have customers today, and that's exactly what they're doing. They are utilizing what they've already purchased, what they've already invested, in this case Power. We also have customers that started on an x86 because 4 years ago, 5 years ago, that was the only option out there. And what they have said was, look, I want to be able to mix and match. I want to be able to run ECC right next to BW HANA, for example. I want to make the change to S4 HANA or Suite of HANA at my own pace, the business's pace. And I want to be able to mix and match within the same system, virtualize, which by the way you cannot do with an appliance, right? So, If you look at it, if you're new to SAP and IBM Power and SUSE Linux with Hana on Power, you can see the differences right here. Now, I mentioned to you cloud. Everybody's talking about cloud. Now, if you want to do a private on-premise cloud, what IBM Power gives you, it gives you all the virtualization and all the cloud-like capabilities. So not only have you the ability to capacity on demand, up and down, pay for what you use when you use it, but you have the integration already built in with the IBM Power flexibility of virtualization with things like OpenStack, vRealize, okay? You can get to your own private on-premise cloud. You can start now. And you can start now with mix and matching, ECC as I mentioned, Hana together, production, non-production. You also have the ability to mix and match, of course, the different aspects of your landscapes, of your environments, okay? Again, when you need dev, test, etc., you can adjust accordingly on the fly, and it's all automated, it's all orchestrated by the IBM Power Platform with SUSE Linux. Some more examples of what you can use with TDI with Power, okay? Compare it with TDI x86. It's jumping around on me, so I apologize for that. But reliability. So one of the things I really want to mention, even more than performance, is reliability. Because when you think of this thing, we have built into the IBM Power product portfolio with SUSE Linux, SUSE HA, etc., the ability that you can not worry about your systems having issues, having problems going down. From an infrastructure standpoint, this should give you the comfort and the ease and peace of mind that you're able to run business as you're running it now, okay? If you're happy with how your environment's running and you want that same happiness when you go to S4 HANA, Suite on HANA, IBM Power plus SUSE Linux is the right combination. Flexibility, resiliency, and performance. Now, before we end, I don't know how much time we have left here, but before we end, I just want to point out a couple things to you. Who here is evaluating as they move to HANA, whether to do it on-premise or cloud? Anybody doing the evaluations? Pretty much everybody should be doing evaluations, right? One of the things you want to make sure of is that you absolutely have all the categories, all the aspects, all the factors lined up. And for example, IBM, we do a 1 to 2 hour free workshop where we will whiteboard. Here's the options, here's the pros and cons. By the way, we provide cloud for SAP as well, all right? So we're going to give you an unbiased perspective of pros and cons as to how to deploy SAP HANA, not only specific to your environment, but what other customers are doing, what other clients are doing, what other SAP HANA environments look like. So, is there any questions? I ran through that pretty quickly.
Yeah, you did. Let's give it up. That was
Thank
fast.
you. Thank you.
Good
Well,
job.
thank you.